Let's take a look at a tactic called the pre-close. So where does pre-close fit in? The pre-close fits in right in between the product presentation and the close. So once you've come out of your company story and you've gone into product presentation, if you think about it sort of at the end of product presentation, you've moved boards around the house, you've done whatever it is that you need to do to get the customer to say that they absolutely love the product, right? So looking at the customer, you say, is this the product that you love? And they say, yes, I absolutely love it. So instead of just immediately turn around and flipping the price, there is a very important step called the pre-close step. A typical flow, I chose this product for you because you said, we don't really cover demos right now. We'll do demos at in one of the other advanced modules. Show the customer features, advantages, benefits, texture, visual, color. And here's that confirmation. So is this the product that you love? Yes, I absolutely love it. So then we dive into the pre-close. Okay, what is the purpose of the pre-close? What are we trying to do here? Well, the pre-close tells me what is about to happen in the close. It is a diagnostic question in the same way that a doctor might ask you questions to get a chance to understand what's about to happen and how the doctor is going to solve this issue. This step 7 pre-close question is exactly the same thing. It is a diagnostic question to help you understand where you are with the process. So let's take a look at the question together. So again, put yourself in the frame of mind that you're in the customer's house. Is this the product that you love? Oh, I absolutely love it. Yes, this is the one. All right, then I turn to the customer and say, so other than price or payment, would there be any reason that we could not get your job started today? Now, this is a question that I'm going to slow down. I'm going to take my time to ask this question because I want it to be very clear what I'm asking. Other than price or payment, would there be any reason that we couldn't get your job started today? What am I expecting the customer to say? Well, the customer might say something like, oh, no, it just comes down to price. Or they may come back and say, oh, I need to get other estimates. Okay, so if they tell me, oh, it just comes down to price, I'm going to give them what's called a commitment statement. Well, great. I'm going to do everything in my power to not let price or payment get in the way of you getting the floors that you love and deserve. The commitment statement is absolutely not word for word. The pre-close question, I'd probably keep the language pretty close to what you see here. This is a very carefully worded question. So let's dive into this question a little bit deeper. What happens if I get a positive pre-close? Other than price or payment, would there be any reason we couldn't get your job started today? And the customer comes back and says, no, it really just comes down to price. That gives you a green light to move forward into the close, right? Deliver your commitment statement and go right into the close. But what if the customer gives you a negative pre-close, a negative answer to the pre-close question? Other than price or payment, would there be any reason we couldn't get your job started today? And they say, well, I still need to get other estimates. Okay, what does that tell you? Remember the reasons that people buy from you? The person, the company, the product, and the price. The one thing they still haven't seen yet is your price. So if at the pre-close, the customer is saying, I still need to get other estimates, it is a clear signal that there's something in steps 1 through 6 that's not right. At this point, the customer should be convinced that you're the right person to work with. If you've delivered a great company story and you've delivered a great product presentation, then the customer should feel like this is the right company to work with, and I've fallen in love with the product, and this is the right product for me. So if the customer is saying, well, I still need to get other estimates, there's an indication that something's still not right. They're not convinced that you're the right person, or that this is the right company, or that you've got the right product. Now, you really can't go back and do the warm-up again, and you really can't go back and do the company story again. The only thing that you could possibly say at this point is maybe ask them, oh, well, I have other materials. Would you like to see an estimate from something else? And they might. If they were sort of on the fence about the product, they may respond with, yeah, let's take a look at something else. More than likely, though, there's something that's just not sitting right with them. All right. This is one of the beautiful things about this question. It's one of the beautiful things about this step. This step doesn't necessarily help you land this job. This step often gives you a clear indication of what it is that you need to work on for the next job. So if you're getting a lot of negative pre-closes, you're asking this question, other than price or payment, would there be any reason we couldn't get your job started today? And you're getting a lot of people that are saying, well, I probably still need to get other estimates. I'm not so sure. This gives you a very, very clear signal that there's something you need to work on in the first 6 steps, that your issue may not be your closing skills or how well you navigate payments. It may very well have to do with what you're doing in steps 1 through 6. On the other hand, if you get a lot of positive pre-closes, great. That means you're doing steps 1 through 6 wonderfully. Other than price or payment, would there be any reason we couldn't get your job started today? And the customer says, no, it really just comes down to price. Then you can very confidently deliver that commitment statement. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I don't let price or payment stand in the way of you getting the floors that you love and deserve. So, pre-close question, it is purely a diagnostic question. I'm going to put it back on the screen. The pre-close question is purely a diagnostic question. It is there to help you understand what you're about to get into in the close. Obviously, if you get a negative pre-close, the close is going to be a lot more difficult. And that gives you a real clear indication of what you need to work on as you prepare for your next appointment, and then one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. Remember, sales is a skill. It absolutely can be improved with practice. It absolutely can be improved with very focused practice on what it is that you're doing. So, other than price or payment, would there be any reason that we couldn't get your job started today? Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to working with you in another module soon.